Hey guys, today we're talking about the Ganzo F759M. I'm a little shocked that this knife does not have more reviews on YouTube. It's literally only got a handful. And being this knife is a $10 copy of the spyderco Delica, it absolutely astounds me. Right now, I actually bought this thing from Gearbest. I bought it. It was not sent to me for free. And it was on sale for like $8.99. So literally a $9 knife, which is absolutely astonishing considering it's 440C steel. And what an amazing price. And it's in the shape and form of the Delica, which is a well-known, well-vetted EDC style pocket blade. And I know right off the bat there's people who are going to say, you shouldn't buy this, it's a clone, you're hurting American companies, yada yada yada. I understand, respect that position, but at the same time, you know, I bought the Delica. Like, I wanted this. It didn't take away my business from spyderco. That's that, you know. And there are guys out there who only can afford a $10 knife. And I think for those people, this is a absolutely fantastic option. It's a little bigger than the Saint-Remy U7010. You know, the 440C steel. A lot of people done edge retention testing, and it's outperforming 8CR13 MOV. It's outperforming OS8. You're really getting, you know, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best $10 knife you're going to get. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to get it at $10 forever, but so I lined this thing up with the Delica Wharncliffe, one of my absolute favorite EDC blades, and this bird metal lock, just to kind of show you differences in size and shape. They're all very, very similar. There's not a ton of difference aside from, you know, obviously it's a Wharncliffe Delica, but as far as handle length, all that, very, very, very similar. You're talking 3-inch blade, 2.5 ounces. Actually, I weighed all three of these, and the Ganzo actually comes in weighing the least. Construction's all the same. They're all lockbacks. They're all, you know, FRN, textured. This one here has kind of a rip-off of spyderco's texturing, the bidirectional. Whoops. That's a way to chip up your blades. But yeah, very similar. Not as good. It's not as deep, and it's not as well cut. You can tell that just from looking even from a distance. The bird has some texturing, a little different style, but still pretty cool. They're all 4-way carry as far as the pocket clip is concerned. The bird and the Ganzo have that forward finger choil, whereas the Delica only has that little tiny area. Yeah, you can use it as a forward finger choil, but yeah, you better be careful. You could slip off that in a heartbeat, but yeah, it's still something you could use. Alright, quality. You know, obviously, when you compare a $70 knife, like a $15 knife, $15 to $20 knife, and a $10 knife, there's going to be differences in quality. But here's the thing. This is just as good as this. This, of course, is better than both of them. Now, of course, you're getting the better steel. The Delica comes in VG10, which is a really good stainless steel. The Ganzo is coming at 440C. The bird, 8CR13 MOV. So, differences in steel. But as far as materials, they're all are FRN. They're all lockbacks. They all have the lanyard hole. They all have, I guarantee you, the pocket clip is probably exactly the same for all three of these. Just, you know, the Delica's painted. But yeah. So, very, very super similar. So in the end, if you're a Delica collector, Delica lover, or maybe you just want another good $10 pocket knife, this is an absolutely amazing option. The only downfall, aside from it being a clone, you know, and if that's gonna bite, it doesn't bother me, but it may bother you, is that this knife is very stiff out of the box. I'm gonna take it apart and clean it, but overall, I mean, it's very difficult. You're not gonna be able to flip this open like you can with a lot of the smoother spydercos. So this is something you're gonna have to open slowly, one-handed. After break-in, after cleaning, that'll probably be a different story. But out of the box, you know, this thing is not something you're going to be able to just flip open and have it rocket open. But altogether, it's pretty smooth. It's rough, but it's smooth. It just needs a little cleaning. The lock's got very strong tension on it. You know, so it's a very strong, very, you know, well-built, tough. And like I said, at that price, guys, at $10 price, this is absolute dynamite. You're not going to get a better knife. You know, you're not going to get a better knife than 440C. And this came to me. We'll zoom out of here. This came to me, and guys, you know how receipt paper is. Yeah. That is sharp. Ganzo sent this to me. Super, super sharp. All I did was, after some use, I did touch it up with a strop. So it has been stropped a little, you know, because I did use it. Obviously, I'm not just going to... But you can see my Wharncliffe, and this is a hand sharpening job I did. You know, it gets just as sharp. It'll hold just as good of an edge as VG10. I mean, VG10 I think has a little finer edge. I guarantee you this Metal-Lark, not as sharp. But oh no, Metal-Lark's pretty sharp too. I keep my knife sharp, guys. Let's just put it that way. Usually about once a week I'll sit down and sharpen knives for a little bit. So I generally try to keep them very well done. Alright, so like I said, guys, this is a knife. It's, you know, 2.5, or it's like 2 3/8 ounces, 3-inch knife. Fits in the pocket well, carries well. It's a tried and true design. Like I said, you're not going to be able to flip it open unless you mess with that pivot. You know, satin finish, spidey hole, jimping, plastic liner. You know, if you look at this close up, the finish work, you know, the lock, you can hear it. The lock does stick out a little bit. Spacer is actually smooth. No sharp edges, anything like that. Good blade centering. Really strong lock. Blade centering is good, no problems there. Like I said, you know, unless you want to mess with the pivot and really open this thing up. But no blade play, either direction. It will develop blade play if you open the pivot, so that is something to note. Ergonomics, though, I really like that. I mean, I think kind of the improvement in the ergonomics, having that forward finger choil is really nice. It makes this a really sweet cutter. Just very, very good in hand. Feels good in the pocket. My God, guys, you know, at $10, I, to be honest, will probably go, and now that I've held this in hand, and buy 2 or 3 more of these just to keep around, because I think, you know, in the end, this is a knife that's pretty much going to be legal almost anywhere you bring it, being it's a lock back, being, you know, it's tightened up, so you don't have to worry about people saying it's, you know, a gravity knife or anything like that. So this is something you could probably use in most locations, to be honest, because being it does have that. It's not as smooth, you know, it's not as smooth as the Delica. Definitely is not as smooth, but at $10, it is a minor miracle that they've been able to pull this off for the price. The only other thing, which I wanted to show you, being I don't own a regular Delica, I'm not sure. The blade is a hair thinner. You can see it definitely thins out. You know, the real Delica is a hair longer. But, yeah, you can see a little different profile. But, yeah, a little thinner. That's where I think they saved the weight on it. Bring that bird over real quick. I think the bird, it was pretty much... I mean, this is the bird. I mean, my God, you would think these things were, you know, came off the assembly line next to each other. They're so close. You can see that they're same exact thickness. Jimping looks the same. Jimping on the back of the handle looks the same. Only thing that really is noticeably different is the cutout in the lock. But overall, guys, man, what a nice knife for the money. Check it out. Link in the description. Definitely worth the $10.